Equals versus equals in Java, the question that fails interviews. The equality operator versus the equals method. Java has two ways to compare things. There's the equality operator, which compares identity, and the equals method, which compares logic, logical equality. Objects live in memory. The equality operator asks, are they the same object? Do they have the same address in memory? So let's run this. So the equality operator asks, are they the same object? And we have object A and object B. So string A is a new instance of the string with the value Java. String B is also a new instance of the string with the value Java. And A and A and B are not the same. It's false. So the equality operator compares the two and says that they're false. Why is that? So you have the same values, but different memory addresses. So this string A and this string B are new instances of the string object with the value Java. So even though the values are the same, the memory addresses are different because whenever you use the new keyword, Java creates two separate objects in the heap, which is this gray box here. So two separate objects, two variables pointing to two different objects. So these two variables are pointing to two different memory addresses. That's why the equality operator shows that they're not equal. They look identical, but they're different physical objects. It's kind of like two identical people. They look the same, everything may be the same, but they're still two different people. Equals method compares meaning. It compares the values within the object. So let's play this. So it's the same thing, except this time we're comparing the values. A equals B is true because you're comparing the value of Java within these two objects. So here's the interview trap, string pool. So string pool can be a little tricky. So we have two string literals. Notice that we're not using the new keyword here. And we're asking, are they the same object? So let's run this. So why is it true here, but not true before? Let me explain. So when you use a string literal, you're reusing this Java string in the string pool. So Java reuses string literals, which is this, to save memory. So both of these variables are pointing to the same object with the value of Java. The new keyword forces heap allocation. So every time you use the new keyword, you're creating a new object in memory and you're taking up memory. So you have two objects again. So this is a string literal, and this is a new instance of the Java object. So are they the same object? No, the memory addresses are different. But are the values the same? Yes, they are the same. Primitives are different. So, and I'm sure you guys know this. Int x equals 5, int y equals 5. If you print out if they're equal according to the equality operator, then that is true. And that's because the equality operator for primitives compares value. For objects, the equality operator compares the memory address. Now, here's the wrapper class trap. This is very important. And this was actually a surprise to me. So I'm just going to let this play out and I'll talk about it as it plays. So you have integer A, integer B, both of them given a value of 100. Integer X, integer Y, values of 128. these two values are equal. And notice this is not the primitive integer. This is the wrapper class individual. This is the wrapper class integer. Okay, but these two are false. So X and Y are false. Why is that? Because Java, for the integer wrapper class, caches values from -128 to 127. So there's this quote unquote integers pool of objects from -128 to 127. The value of 100 is within that integer pool. And that value is that integer dot value of method. That's what you're retrieving. But this 128 is not cached. And I have to admit, this is an edge case. This is an edge case. 127 and 128 is outside. So if you're so for the integer wrapper class, if you're trying to get a value outside of that, it's going to create a new instance of that integer wrapper class. And a new instance means new address in memory. New address in memory, that means it cannot be the same, so it's false. So why does equals exist? In real applications, we compare business meaning, not memory. Two customers can represent the same person, but they can be different objects. That's why the equals exist, to compare values. And here's the most important slide. The equality operator focuses on physical identity. Basically what your name is. Like I already mentioned, you can have two physically identical people, but one has a different name from the other. So different memory addresses. Equals, that's logical equality. So two people may have different names, but if you compare the values, the various metrics, they're the same. Identical twins, they're virtually the same. So that's logical equality. Real world impact. Java collections depends on equals, especially collections like HashSet, HashMap. If the equals method is wrong, then your comparisons are wrong. You can't compare objects correctly. Your collections such as set and map will behave incorrectly, and this causes real production bugs. I'm out because I'm done. See ya.